Alright, Friday. Me and Dad just got up here. It's 10 in the morning and we are setting up camp. So we're going to be here for the next 6 days. We leave next Friday, but the season ends on Thursday, so hopefully we get one. Okay, camp is all set up. Rain came just like it said it would, but we were lucky, got the tent up and everything before it started raining. It's about 12:45. We're going to go try and find elk, or a deer, or a grouse, or a rabbit. We're going to go find something. So far, bugled a lot. Dad saw a deer. I didn't see it. It was on his side. By the time I got out, it was gone. So we've seen one deer. No elk, no bugles, but nothing else. It's 2 o'clock. We still got plenty of time. Okay, well, we're about 4 miles back behind this gate. Heard one faint bugle way off. Way off. Whole nother road system, so it's like 6 o'clock. Only have about an hour and 45 minutes left before dark, so we'll save that bugle for tomorrow. Gonna go up here to where I got on that bull on Tuesday and see if we can't find him. Alright, we're back at camp. Didn't see any elk. 5 deer, no grouse, no rabbits. Didn't shoot anything today. But, you know, it's day 1. We still saw 5 deer, so we saw something. And we're gonna eat tacos. Oh yeah. Little taco, tortilla, and the chef. Well, first morning, as you can see, it's raining. Rained all night, still raining. Not supposed to let up till this afternoon, and even then it's still the chance of rain, so should be fun. Alright, well, it is just before 10 o'clock. So far this morning we've seen 3 deer, a rabbit. That's it. We're gonna go bike behind this gate with everybody else. There's like 6 trucks plus us. So, but it's a big area, so we should be able to spread out. We're gonna go get one. Well, it's raining. Got a deer in the road. 2 other ones just across the road too. Didn't get those on camera, but that makes 6 deer today. Well, rain's let up. 11 o'clock, a little after 11. According to the radar we just checked, another good downpour is supposed to happen at about 1 o'clock, so we got a little window here. We're like almost 4 miles back behind the gate. Haven't heard anything. We've seen 5 deer back here though. That makes 8 for the day. All does though, no bucks. But what we're really after here are elk, and we haven't heard any or seen any, but it's gonna change. Well, thought we heard an elk. Biked up there, heard a branch snap. Start calling. Hear a couple more branches snap. And we hear people talking. And ends up being two guys. And they had shot one. They were dragging out a cow that they had got. So congratulations to them. Bummer for us. We're just like a couple hours too short. There's elk back here. Got multiple days. This is just really day one, like our full day. So it's what time is it? 11:45. Work our way back to the truck. Fix Dad's bike. It's got some type of electrical issue. It's not staying charged like it should. So we gotta figure that out. But he did make it 4.5 miles back here, so that's good. But it should go much further than that. So we gotta fix that. Hopefully we run into an elk on the way back. Closer to the truck. That's even better. Less of a drag. Well, today was rainy. A lot of rain. But we saw a lot of animals. 24 deer. 1 buck, 1 little 2-point. Saw a bear. Couldn't get a shot on him. It was quick. Like, saw him. It was like, there's a bear. And then he ran into the thick stuff. And Dad wasn't able to get out in time. Like, really didn't have a shot. We couldn't even get out of the car before it ran off. Dad got a rabbit. We saw 2 rabbits. Dad got 1. Saw 2 grouse. No shots on those. And we saw an elk. Dead. Shot by another hunter. That's the only elk we've seen. The dead one. But it was a fun day. A lot of rain. Rained pretty much for the majority of the day. And then towards the evening, it's actually let up. It's actually calm and quiet right now. No rain, no nothing. But it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. We are getting ready to leave. Slept in today. 6:40. Lightly raining right now. Very light. Rained all night long. Real hard. But today is supposed to be the last day that we have to deal with rain. So hopefully today's the day we find some elk. Hopefully I get them on film. I'd like to get some elk on film and more animals. Yesterday I didn't do a very good job of. Saw a lot of animals and I got very few of them on the camera. But most of that was because they were so fast. Like they were like either in the road and then off the road or like ran away really quick and I didn't have time to get the camera. Hopefully today is better and I get more animals on film. There's no elk here. We're giving up. We're going home.
Giving up. This is called the highs and lows of elk hunting.
I haven't had any highs yet. Just pretty much all lows. Pretty much bugled probably 1,000,000 times in the last couple days and haven't heard anything. Haven't seen anything. Can't even get other hunters to talk to me. Nobody. I haven't heard any type of bugle other than my own. Okay, well, it's about 6 o'clock. So we're gonna sit here and watch this clearing. Looks like that. Sit here for a little bit. Do what we like to call the freak show. Just cow call, bugle, calf call, all the things. Make it sound like a party's going on. And see if we can't get something to come in. We've called in animals doing this before, so young bulls usually, but we're not picky, so see if we can't do it again. Well, we gave it a good shot here. Nothing came in. Spent about 25 minutes calling. Nothing came in. We got, what did you say, 2 miles, mile and a half back?
It's almost 2 miles.
Just about 2 miles back to the truck, just a little under. And yeah. Got to give it a try though. You know, it doesn't always work, but when the elk aren't talking, can't get nothing to respond to anything. Got to try something. So we're trying the old super freak dance on them. And one of these times a bull will come in. Young bull, he won't be able to resist it. He just got to be in earshot. This area we're in right now has a lot of elk sign, but it's old, super old. Like, not, when I say super old, I mean like, I don't know, weeks, maybe a month, but probably at least a few weeks since they've been in here. Well, we're back at camp. Dad's cooking chili and hot dogs, chili dogs tonight. Saw 5 deer today. Like three rabbits, 1 grouse, and Dad saw an elk, like 2,000-3,000 yards away, and I never got to see it because it was like walking a road, and he just only saw it for maybe 5 seconds, 3 seconds, I don't know. Not that long, and we never could find it again, so we think it walked into the timber, but he saw an elk, so we're gonna go there in the morning and see if we can find it again. Alright, it's our first early morning start. Just daylight, a couple minutes ago. We're gonna bike over to where Dad saw that elk yesterday, but there's guys already going up the road, so we're gonna go somewhere else. Alright, we got fresh elk track there. Another one there. So they've been through here. Those were like today, this morning. Headed that way into there. So we did a little calling a little bit ago, and we could hear some branches breaking down here. At least we thought we heard them, but wind's wrong, it's blowing down into there, so who knows, but and not even a deer. It sounded like a tree. But I guess it could have been an elk running, breaking a bunch of stuff. It was loud. Well, we're kind of sitting here. And then all of a sudden Dad heard something. He said, I thought I heard a noise. And I was like, what did it sound like? And he said, like antlers clashing together. So we kind of waited for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you just heard this big crash. Like, similar to like a tree falling over, but the wind is not, it's blowing, but it's not a heavy wind. Not enough that you would think a tree would get knocked over. So it's either a tree falling or elk running. But the wind's good, it's in our face. For the most part, we're blowing kind of up this way. Blowing up this hill, and the noise was over this way. Wind's coming this way, so tried calling and stuff, but nothing answered. Okay, we're working our way slowly back to the trucks. Got to this clearing that we were in about an hour ago, and we were just standing, kind of just had stopped to look at stuff, and we're just standing there, not just kind of talking, and then we hear down below us in the trees something that's like a chuckle. So we listen. Sure enough, it's a bull chuckling. So I cow called. He responded. So Dad's down below me, about 50 yards, 60 yards. I'm up above, and I'm gonna try and call this bull in. Bull keeps chuckling every once in a while right over here. He's in the timber. About 280 yards away. Well, he just stopped talking. He was just chuckling. And now nothing. I've been calling for like 45 minutes. I think we're too far. I think we gotta get closer. Well, we didn't relocate him. He stopped talking when we were back there. Moved in closer. Got right to the same timber patch that he was in. Couldn't have been more than 100 yards. I mean, we were at the timber patch that he was in, so I don't know how far down in it he was, but we were close, and cow called for a little bit. Never responded, so then we bugled for a little bit, and cow call did it all, and nothing. Never heard him again. So, I don't know. We're not sure what happened with him. But we know he lives here, so we'll be back. Alright, well, it's about 4:30. We're going to bike behind this gate. Different gate than where we went this morning. Mainly because we just want to try something different. But this gate, I shot a bull a couple years ago back behind this gate. So, and then like the following year after that, we got onto a herd of elk back here. So we know they're back in this area. Okay, we got a bull going again. Gonna work our way in here. See if we can't get him. Well, after all that, it's just a hunter. We're way back here behind this gate, 5 miles or so, and then this timber patch we're in is like, there's no roads really anywhere near it. And this guy was way down at the bottom of it. The few times me and Dad heard it when he would chuckle, it was like, I think that's a person. But we decided to keep pushing because, you know, sometimes elk just have a weird bugle or a weird chuckle. So, and based off of how far back he was and where he was, it was thick down there. It was like, it's got to be a bull. It wasn't. It was a guy. But it was fun practice. We got to do a lot of practice figuring out the wind, because the wind was never good. So we kept having to try and get the wind right and all that fun stuff. So it was good practice. It just wasn't an elk. So now we got a long jump back. Well, this is us at camp because we suck as hunters. So we're just hanging out. Nah, I'm just kidding. Well, we do suck as hunters, but we're actually back at camp waiting for these batteries to charge up on the bikes. Charging up all the batteries over there. They're not going to get a full charge, but they'll get enough to get us a few miles. So maybe tonight's tonight. The last few days we haven't seen much for animals. I don't think we saw any animals at all yesterday. Did we see an animal yesterday? I don't think we saw rabbits, grouse, deer, elk. We didn't see anything yesterday. I'm pretty sure we didn't see anything yesterday. Today we've seen 2 grouse and a bugling hunter, which, I mean, if he was an elk, we could have got him because we saw him. We called him right in, and he called us in. We called each other in. Well, that's about it for today so far. Okay, we're cruising on in, doing the old biking thing. If anything else, we at least look good. So we got that going for us. Like 6 miles back. Same old song and dance. No elk. No animals. Oh, grouse. We saw grouse. No answers, nothing. See the sign, there's a fresh rub back this way. Everything they need back here. Can't get nothing to talk. I don't know, it should be prime. The dates are, today's the 21st. should be rutting. I'm not getting much. It's tough. Well, that does it for tonight. We are back at the truck, 7:30. 5 minutes till dark, until shooting light's over. Ended up seeing 4 deer. Only got 2 on camera, but 4 deer and a grouse. No elk. Didn't even hear an elk. So, at this point, we're just, gonna be happy if we see one, if we jump one, and it runs across the road. More of the same. Nothing. But I like the way I sound. I thought I sounded cool. We are rookies. Huh?
We're not rookies.
Yeah. Well, we're not very good then.
Yes, we are.
Well, we just did 13.5 miles. And you guessed it. Nothing. I'm speechless, guys. I don't really know what to say. This is shaping up to be one of the hardest elk hunting seasons I've ever had in my life. The last few have been difficult, but at least I had encounters. At least I had a couple days worth of elk talking and things like that. This year, we had one a couple days ago, a bull that chuckled on his own, and then we were cow calling to him, and I don't know, he just stopped. I don't know what happened on that one, honestly. He just shut up. That's it. That was like our only, and Dad saw an elk like at 3,000 yards away the day before that, or maybe it was that same day, I can't remember, but that's it for elk so far. We got the rest of the day and then all day tomorrow, and then it's it. So we got about a day and a half to get it done. Well, we're back at camp. It's dark. No elk. 6 deer. I think we saw 2 grouse today. A rabbit. Didn't shoot any of those. It's another slow day. A lot of miles. 13.5, 14 miles, something like that behind the gate today. This afternoon we went to new areas. Checked out some new stuff. No elk, but we did see some deer. All in all, it was a good day. Good morning, everyone. Our last morning. Slept in, as you can see, because we're still at camp. We got today to do it. If not today, then we got late season still. This is our last chance in the early season for a bugling bull, so we're gonna go after it. happening?
Not much happening. It's just driving, calling, and silence.
That's what it is.
And a few rabbits. That's about it.
And that's pretty much been every day summed up for you. A lot of calling, a lot of silence, a couple small game animals, and deer here and there. Well, seen no elk, but we just saw 6 deer, 3 bucks, small bucks, all like small spikes and maybe small 2 points. I couldn't tell. The other ones had they're either tall spikes or they were split. They were pretty quick. I only got 2 of these deer on film. The first 4 moved off really quick, and I didn't get a chance to get them on camera, but saw some big game. It's 4:30 update. You guys guessed it. No elk. Still. But we're still looking. We're doing the old glass technique since they won't talk. We're just gonna get on high points and glass, which we've been doing, and it's how Dad spotted the one elk he saw a couple days ago. It was from doing this. So it's kind of like our last ditch effort. We tried new stuff this morning, went to new areas, same results. So we're gonna go glass, and hopefully locate one and then go in and stealth mode and shoot one. Found some elk. Problem is they're 2,500 yards away, behind the gates. Only have an hour left of light. It's gonna take us. We've been to that same spot, same road. The other day we were there. There's like 3 more coming. 4, 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's a huge herd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 more coming. Wow.
I think he's 6.
Oh yeah. Well guys, came to this glassing point, been glassing for like, I don't know, an hour, 45 minutes. Found some deer. Found the elk. It's like 11 of them, 10 or 11. Giant bull. They're like 2,500 yards. Way over there. We were over there. That's actually the area we've been going to, like every time we bike behind the gate. And, wouldn't you know it, the one day you decide not to go back there, and because it's the last day you've been pushing so hard, you decide, well, we'll just go glass and see if we can even find something. Well, we found them, and you say, well, we'll go after them. Well, we only have like 45 minutes till dark. Take us an hour just to get to the gate, and it takes an hour and 15 minutes just to get back to where they are. So we don't have enough time. There's no way we get over there, and it'll be dark by the time we get to the gate. So all we get to do is look, watch them. But that is a giant bull, nice bull with a bunch of cows. And last day, today's the last day of archery. Don't have any more days, so. I told you guys earlier my goal was just to hopefully put my eyes on an elk. Well, I did that, and I should have said, hopefully, I should have made it my goal to be to shoot one, because maybe we would have done that. Got to see them. It's bittersweet. Kind of makes me want to cry a little bit. Just to know that they're in the same area that we've been going to is just kind of heartbreaking, you know. He's a 7x7. He's a 7x7. Yeah. He's a giant.